Officially, today is the day. We finally reached this point, and the first official spot-based, 100% spot-based by the way, XRP ETF launch has already been announced. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, we weren't really anticipating much from the price action at the moment. Let's be honest about that. Listen, we might get a nice little spike here or something like that, I remarked. I don't anticipate that this will push XRP to a crazy price goal level or anything like that. However, the primary focus of my analysis is XRP's tiny wedge, which may cause us to retest the highs at the end of October at roughly 270 and then formally begin to flip some important levels in order to target some of the previous highs. However, at the moment, price action is largely, I would say, tranquil. Nothing really noteworthy in terms of price activity, but I would want to discuss some of the events surrounding this ETF and share with you my thoughts on what I believe may happen in the future. Let's begin by taking a quick look back at the feeling that existed prior to today's debut, which was price action-wise. People were generally quite afraid we have Cointelegraph over here. With XRP displaying twice as many pessimistic as bullish remarks, recent traders are becoming frightened of cryptocurrencies. Before emotion rallies, negative sentiment frequently indicates surrender. I'll just open this in a new tab and take a short look at it. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see where these are pointing on the bottom right, which I know is a little difficult to notice. XRB has twice as many bearish comments as bullish ones on the bottom right. Next, we get an even mix of bullish and negative comments on the red Bitcoin. Naturally, Ethereum has almost 50% more bullish comments than unfavorable ones. Thus, the current sentiment of XRP is very pessimistic. As you might imagine, it doesn't really make sense right now. However, I'm pleased since once more the first official announcement of a spot-based XRP ETF being live was just made. We might break out here when the price chart is squeezing in this wedge, and many people who are now rather pessimistic about XRP might start to see how the price action punishes them. However, today was also a significant day. Since in the past few days, I've noticed that an increasing number of consumers' money has been frozen on exchanges like Maxi. This is a significant problem that afflicts the cryptocurrency industry. These exchanges are not entirely regulated at the moment. It's a serious problem. For this reason, I've always said that cold storage might be an option if you wanted to keep your cryptocurrency under guard. It makes no difference where you hold it. These conversations should never be held up. I will now state that Trust Capital does provide institutional-grade custody through its premium custody account. This US-based business offers live customer support and service. Additionally, this platform, which is a closed-loop system with minimal costs and high security, allows you to purchase and trade cryptocurrency around the clock. We can also observe that when you purchase, sell, or hold cryptocurrency on their site, iTrust Capital does offer you everything you may possibly require. It is more than welcome for you to use my link, which is included in the description below, to open a premium custodial account today. In addition to your $1,000 deposit, you will receive a $100 financing incentive. Having stated that, let's get back to the video. The White House has made this announcement. We're back. The White House is stating this. The fact that this is coming from the official White House account makes it much more bizarre. And what are they talking about, you might wonder? We have received a significant update on the closure. Officially, it's over. To formally restore the government and end the democratic shutdown, President Trump signs a measure. Let's get our nation back on track. And quickly, here is the update. Having said that, I would like to point out that the nation has never been in a better position. They believed that it would be advantageous politically, so we went through this brief catastrophe with the Democrats, and signing this amazing bill and reviving our nation is now an honor. Thank you. That's that then, isn't it? In addition to the first official spot-based XRP ETF, we also have the official bill that was signed to end the government shutdown. Simply put, the atmosphere is extremely bullish right now. Now, I saw another post from Cointelegraph, and I think it's crazy because they've been watching this ETF and are really positive on XRP in a number of their postings lately. As we all know, one of those media outlets that has consistently been somewhat pessimistic about XRP and hasn't really supported it is Cointelegraph. That they are now turning optimistic on XRP therefore surprises me greatly. However, we now have Canary Capital's XRP ETF listing. XRPC has received official certification from Nasdaq and is set to start tomorrow at market open indeed. Officially, it's live. In a moment, we will discuss that. However, we also received this post from Cointelegraph, which revealed that XRP's distribution phase may be coming to an end. Analyst, the bull case is over. With the possible US spot XRP ETF as a major tailwind, the cycle top goals are still $10 to $30. Thus, once more, the bull case is not over when we consider this stage. Actually, it feels like we're just getting started. Are we now discussing $10 to $30 for XRP? Not really important, isn't it? We can easily touch 7 to 10. In my opinion, I have discussed it more than once. I've predicted the price. It's guesswork, of course. This isn't financial guidance. However, the primary focus here is simply a significant push on XRP to overcome that psychological barrier of $3.84. After that, it would be easy to target prices between $7 and $10 if we were to engage in price discovery. I am aware that many have suggested $10 to $20 or even more. We simply don't know, do we? And it seems like we get all these ridiculous price forecasts for practically every cycle, and not just for XRP, isn't that right? People were demanding a 20 to 30 XRP back in 2021, for instance, but it never materialized. Additionally, calls for a Bitcoin worth over $200,000 were made, but this never materialized. Bitcoin never reached $100,000 until this cycle. Furthermore, Ethereum never made $10,000. Here, we take things one step at a time, you know? We just measure the degree to which people are feeling elated. De-risking is always a smart idea, but at the moment, I'm just kind of expecting XRP to return to its previous highs. I won't discuss that. Okay, so where do I believe XRP can go till we begin to break through these major highs? However, we did receive the formal notification that trading has started. The market was open at 9:30 a.m., of course. Let me just refresh this for now. This is from the website of Canary Capital. The complete breakdown of this ETF was seen. However, there are currently approximately 223.7 million XRP in holdings, which is worth $5.2 million. This is very crazy to witness. Additionally, we have Chad Steingraber over here. Once more, we have the first half hour. In terms of volume, XRPC does more than 916,000. By the way, this is only the sharing volume. Nearly 1 million every hour. We are looking at a volume of about 9 million if it continues to be consistent indeed. Just to give you an update, this has been incredibly bullish to watch thus far. Additionally, this formal ETF launch is off to a great start. We also received a message from Eric Balcones, who is the senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, in case you are unaware. Additionally, we have time to make forecasts about the XRPC Day 1 volume. I hope this video was enjoyable to all of you. Since my content is free, you people did like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. For more, guys, sign up for the free Discord subscription below and follow me on Twitter. Having said that, gentlemen, Nick is here, observing. Goodbye.